Hey, good evening. I'm really happy to have you here. My name is Daniel. I was a professional opera singer and beatboxer, and tonight we're going to be listening to Kidnap the Sandy Claus, performed by VoicePlay from Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, as I record this, it's the end of July, coming into August, and the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland had recently reopened with The Nightmare Before Christmas overlay, and I figure that is a perfect excuse to listen to more Halloween music. I know Halloween is a few months away, and I'm right there with most everyone else, just in the sense that I don't really get into the spirit until pretty much a couple weeks before, not even the month of. But every so often, I like having a little moment to indulge throughout the year. I'll listen to a really lovely Christmas tune briefly in the year and just appreciate those few moments. I don't restrict fun movies or good music for exclusive parts of the year for most things. So this one features Rachel Potter, and I've seen a few of her videos. They're up on the channel already, and I think she's an absolutely wonderful vocalist. I'm really excited to see how she adds her own flair to this piece and to the rest of the group. I have no idea what to expect. So I just know that I'm really excited, and I hope you are as well. So without any further delay, let's just jump into it. La 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 la.
Kidnap Mr. Sandy Claus?
Yes!
I want to do it. Let's draw straws.
Jack said we should work together.
Three of a kind. Birds of a feather. Now and forever.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Kidnap the Sandy Claus. Lock him up real tight. Throw away the key and then turn off all the lights.
First, we're going to set some bait inside a nasty trap and wait. When he comes a sniffing, we will snap the trap and close the gate.
Wait, I've got a better plan to catch this big red lobster man. Let's pop him in a boiling pot, and when he's done, we'll butter him up.
Kidnap the Sandy Claus. Throw him in a box.
Bury him for 90 years, then see if he talks.
Then Mr. Oogie Boogie Man
This pan!
Can take the whole thing over then. He'll be so pleased, I do declare, that he will cook him rare. Whee! I say that we take a cannon, aim it at his door, and then knock 3 times, and when he answers, Sandy Claus will be no more.
stupid think now if we blow him up to smithereens, we may lose some pieces and then Jack will beat us black and green.
Yeah!
Sandy Claus, tie him in a bag, throw him in the ocean, and see if he is sad.
Because Mr. Oogie Boogie is the meanest guy around. If I were on his boogie list,
I'd get out of.
I'd get out of town.
He'll be so pleased by our success that he'll reward us too, I'll bet.
Perhaps he'll make his special brew.
A snake
Yeah.
spider stew. We're his little henchmen and we take our job with pride. We do our best to please him and stay on his good side.
I
Nice.
wish my cohorts weren't so dumb.
I'm not the dumb one. You're no fun.
Shut up!
Make me.
I got something. Listen now. This one is real good. You'll see. We'll send a present to his door. Upon there'll be a note to read. Now in the box we'll wait and hide until his curiosity entices him to look inside, and then we'll have him 1, 2, 3.
Kidnap the Sandy Claus, beat him with a stick, lock him up for 90 years.
see what makes him tick.
Kidnap the Santa Claus, chop him into bits. Mr. Oogie Boogie, sure to get his due.
Kidnap the Sandy Claus, see what we will see. Lock him in a cage and then throw away the key.
Oh, yeah! What a great way to end it. Lame. That was dope. Oh, what a fun time. First, their costuming and their set design is impeccable. I loved all of that. Yeah, so having Dr. Finkelstein, Shock, Barrel, and Dr. Jekyll / Hyde. I mean, this is Lock, Shock, and Barrel's song, so you'd need to add just a couple of other characters for the 5-part group. So yeah, that was a really nice touch. All of that was great, but the arrangement. Oh, there were so many whimsical elements that just... They paid so much tribute to the original by having these very shrill, very forward voices. And by forward, I mean just all of that sound piercing right through the bridge of the nose or the direct center of the mask. And typically, when you make sound very forward, you always want to try to make sure that it's not overly nasal unless it fits within the styling character. And it absolutely does here. They just really leaned into that almost in a way that's histrionic, creating this Kidnap Mr. Sandy Claus. And there were just so many whimsical elements that I'm really excited to point out and pick apart. So let's just jump into the analysis of it. So the first thing about the set, just in general, that I noticed before getting into the music in and of itself, is it's very warm tones, with the Oogie Boogie tube in the back being the only thing of cool, darker tones, color. So having all of these warm lights creates more of a feeling of levity instead of coldness and darkness, which fits the arrangement pretty well. I can't help but compare this to the original because it's very directly modeled after it, and I absolutely love the original. Tim Burton's work and his terrifying creativity and manipulation of shape and structure, I've always found to be very captivating. So to have these warmer tones, it's a different flavor, and I don't dislike it by any means. It's just different, and it takes a little bit of adjusting to get used to. But that being said, I can still dig it, and I like the idea of fire effects, and Ellie wearing these Converse to match the rest of the outfit is fun. But yeah, all of their makeup is just wonderful, and I'm really excited to get further into this. La 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 la. Really great opening, just having 1, 2, 3. La 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 la. And dum 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 dum. Really great bass line, just very classic. Love that effect. La 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 la. Nice. And notice how these are marcato and not staccato. And what I mean by that is marcato is very light and bouncy but quick, and staccato is very sharp, exact, and quick. Where if it was staccato, it would be dum 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 dum, but instead it's dum 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 dum, where it feels much more rhythmic and bouncy instead of choppy and very quick, direct. Just the fact that they phrase it in that marcato feel gives it a little bit more levity and bounce to it, fitting a little bit more with that warmer set design that I mentioned before, where it just has a little bit more of that levity, and I really appreciate that. And I love that flowing line. It just adds a little bit of contrast in these marcato notes. Ooh, what a great dissonant chord to end there.
Mr. Sandy Claus? I want to do it. Let's draw straws.
Jack said we should work.
I love how they're so shrill in their voices, very character forward here in this moment, where it's not really about blending together perfectly with this beautiful sound. It's supposed to be very shrill, and I love that feeling. And also, Lane's beatboxing here is wonderful, just creating this very light brush feeling on a snare kind of feeling, where it's nothing overpowering, and our focus is on LSB here, so just having something very gentle to not overshadow it, but just provide a nice foundation for rhythmic purposes is really good arranging there.
I want to do it. Let's draw straws.
Jack said we should work together.
3 of a kind. Birds of a feather.
I love how they're growing in these cadences. Ooh. Having so much growth in the background lines while the main melodic line is being interchanged between different leading vocalists. Just having these growths adds so much more energy, and it gives us a sensation in our body that we're about to really ramp up into something. It feels like a roller coaster in that way, where we're going up a lift hill and then about to go down into that drop. But the real genius thing about this is that that lift hill feels disguised in a way, because it's not your typical crescendo in with higher notes of kind of thing, but you just have these smaller harmonies growing, coming back to grow again in a different fashion, and then come together all at once. It's like a surprise, and that fits the theme of the piece really well.
To Santa Claus?
I want to do it.
Let's draw straws.
Jack said we should work together.
3 of a kind.
Birds of a feather.
Now and forever.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Kidnap the Santa.
A lot of humor in the beatboxing there, but also Lane's snares are so clean. Yeah, dude, love that crispness.
La 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 la.
Rachel's eyes are so expressive. Well, all of their eyes are, but especially Rachel's. And I don't know if that's just the makeup exasperating them, but they could just get so intense. And I love that feeling of eeriness mixed with this whimsy and humor. It's lovely.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Kidnap the Santa Claus, lock him up real tight. Throw away the key and then turn off all the lights.
First, we're going to set some bait inside a nasty trap and wait when he comes.
Oh, I just noticed that Lane's snare isn't the snare that I just did where it was a spit snare. He's doing inward K snares. It just sounds so clean and crisp that I mistook it for a spit snare, but no, he's doing. But mine feel a little bit more breathy in comparison to how exact his are in this moment. It could be touched up with mixing and mastering, but honestly, I think that's just mostly Lane there, just being amazing. So awesome stuff there.
Lights.
First, we're going to set some bait inside a nasty trap and wait. When he comes a sniffing, we will snap the trap and close the gate.
Wait, I've got a
Yeah.
better plan to catch this.
Oh, I love these arpeggios or broken chords. Yeah, dude, really great effect.
He's a sniffing, we will snap the trap and close the gate.
Wait, I've got a better plan to catch this big red lobster man. Let's pop him in a boiling pot, and when he's done, we'll butter him up.
Kidnap the Santa Claus, throw him in a box.
Bury him for 90 years, then see if he talks.
Then Mr. Oogie
I love this pan on the beatboxing. If you're listening with headphones, just hearing that beatboxing effect travel from the right ear into the left, it's a really fun, whimsical choice in terms of creating that slightly discomforting but still fun feeling.
Kidnap the Santa Claus, throw him in a box.
Bury him for 90 years, then see if he talks.
Ooh, then if he talks. Yeah, dude. Love those offbeat harmonies just all coming in under the leading vocal line, which in that moment was Jeff, which is really, really cool. I love that arrangement.
In a box.
Bury him for 90 years, then see if he talks.
Yeah, I did it wrong, but you still get the idea of the offbeat rhythms.
Then Mr. Oogie Boogie
Lane's sounds are so great. Let's listen to him again there.
Kidnap the Santa Claus, throw him in a box.
Bury him for 90 years, then see if he talks.
Then Mr. Oogie Boogie Man
Can take the whole thing over there.
Just having these and just little whimsical sounds incorporated into the fundamental and just having these woo and there's just so much levity in the beatboxing alone, let alone the entirety of the arrangement, and it's so much fun, dude.
Mr. Oogie Boogie Man
Can take the whole thing over there. He'll be so pleased, I do declare. That he will cook him rare. Whee! I say that we take a cannon, aim it at his door, and then knock 3 times, and when he
Yeah, Here, Lane is doing the spit snare, though. Yeah, it's really cool.
I say that we take a can and aim it at his door and then knock 3 times and when he...
Oh my gosh, I'm so silly. He's transitioning between the inward K and then adding a different effect at the end of the musical phrase where it's not anything too noticeable, but it is a different texture, which does add a little bit more life to the foundation of the piece, which you might not notice inherently or really care about when listening to the piece, but it does add a different texture to the musical cadence in and of itself, and it's important to recognize. I think it is anyway.
Say that we take a can and aim it at his door and then knock 3 times and when he enters, Santa Claus will be no more.
Love that. Want to hear it one more time.
At his door and then knock 3 times and when he enters, Santa Claus will be no more.
Here's some stupid things now. If we blow him up to smithereens, we may lose some pieces, and then Jack will beat us black and green.
Kidnap the Santa Claus, tie him in a bag, throw him in the ocean and see if he is sad.
Because Mr. Oogie Boogie is the meanest guy around.
It's such a fun sound and adds so much character to the piece. I love it. The beatboxing in here is wonderful. And again, Rachel's eyes. Oh my gosh, so expressive. I love it. Same thing with all of them, honestly, but Rachel especially.
And then see if he is sad.
Because Mr. Oogie Boogie is the meanest guy around. If I were on his boogie list,
I'd get out of.
I'd get out of town.
He'll be so pleased by our success
that he'll reward us too, I'll bet.
Perhaps he'll make his special brew.
Just a little constriction of the vocal cord with a spin snare. So simple, but again, just so much character.
He'll reward us too, I'll bet.
Perhaps he'll make his special brew.
A snake and spider
Love that.
We're his little henchmen and we take our job with pride. We do.
So this vocal line here with these harmonies, notice how it's not so much as shrill and as character focused in this particular section. And the reason is because this particular section adds a lot of contrast in comparison to the rest of it, where they genuinely have this real appreciation for their pride in their work. So as they're harmonizing, it is very light and flow-like, and just the way they execute it, where it's we're his little henchmen and we take our job with pride, and just having this vocal line just constantly being penned in comparison to all of these really marcato, really quick arpeggios or broken chords, and just having all of these sounds explode everywhere. Now we're in this unique flow-like state, and just having this contrast is huge in this piece. And I love the fact that it's still within the character, but not foisted upon the audience. It's almost as though we're more focusing on the tonal center of the piece rather than the individual characters in and of themselves, and I really appreciate that. Just to add a little bit more spice and contrast to the piece.
It's spider still. We're his little henchmen and we take our job with pride. We do our best to please him and stay on his good side.
I wish my cohorts weren't so dumb.
I love the fact that Jeff comes in with, and stay on his good side. It's just right there, the chord progression leads exactly where I expect it to. There's nothing that I wouldn't expect in that kind of vocal line, which is what makes it really, really satisfying, the fact that they executed it so well. And the fact that I'm not really surprised by the way that chord progression happened, which gives me all the more reason to just sit back and truly appreciate the fact that they executed a particular chord progression just so well, and I can appreciate that chord progression in its entirety, where my brain isn't really focusing on, wow, that was so cool and well executed, in comparison to, I'm just really stewing in how well that was executed. And I like that feeling, just in its purity as well as being mixed with surprise. So again, really nice having these elements come together.
Our best to please him and stay on his good side.
I wish my cohorts weren't so dumb.
I'm not the dumb one. You're no fun.
Shut up!
Make me.
I've got something. Listen now.
Yeah.
This one is real good. You'll
I love the fact that Ellie's just really closed and tight there, and then ba-da-ba, just adding a little bit of that Not just character focus, but just watching him contribute to the rest of the sound while being a little grumpy boy. It's fun.
Why are no fun?
Shut up!
Make me.
I got something, listen now, this one is real good. You'll see, we'll send a present to his store upon there'll be a notary. Now in
Oh, that bass line.
real good, you'll see, we'll send a present to his store upon there'll be a notary. Now in the box we'll wait and hide until his curiosity entices him to look inside, and then we'll have him 1, 2, 3.
Kidnap the Santa Claus, beat him with a stick. Lock him up for 90 years. See what makes him tick.
Kidnap the Santa Claus, chop him into bits. Mr. Oogie Boogie, sure you get it.
Kidnap the Santa Claus, see what we will see. Lock him in a cage and then throw away the key.
Oh, that slide there. Want to listen to that one more time.
Kidnap the Santa Claus,
And great key change.
see what
Sure you get it.
Yeah.
Claus, see what we will see. Lock him in a cage and then throw away the key.
Yeah, wonderful. And I love how they're all laughing even before the piece ends, because Jeff is the final note in that. And they're just laughing while Jeff just delivers that final note, just further adding in this childlike, let's just rush and enjoy things as they happen. And it's just fun. All of this is fun.
See what we will see. Lock him in a cage and then throw away the key.
They're so much fun. I had such a delightful time listening to that. There's so many just little elements that contribute to the greater whole of the piece, and there's so much whimsy and charm and a little discomfort, but just the right amount to make it nothing overwhelming and nothing that really detracts from the humor and whimsy of the piece. It's so playful, and the arrangement itself is really well executed. A lot of character focus, but the way that the piece is actually structured is very complex, having different Sandy clauses and dims and just different broken chords or arpeggios, just constantly creating these little scintillates of explosions of sound. It's very prank-like, and that's Lock, Shock, and Barrel's whole modus operandi, so really great stuff there. I really enjoyed every second of that, honestly. There wasn't a moment of downtime in the piece. Everything was just so fluid and really gave me everything that I could have wanted from that piece, so really great job, VoicePlay. I really digged it. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If y'all liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you didn't like it, please leave a dislike and let me know why in the comments below. I do read all of the comments, even if I may not heart or reply to all of them. So please just know that your comments do not go unnoticed, and I do take them into further consideration as I make future videos. My live streams are currently Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so if you guys would like to stop by and say hey or ask any questions about myself or the channel, I will absolutely be there for you guys. I'm now finally uploading content to my Patreon, and it's taking a lot longer than I had anticipated. So again, I appreciate your patience, and thank you so much to those of you who said they would support. I want to take this moment to really appreciate all of you for just being here watching these videos and supporting me in the channel, and genuinely, I give you my thanks. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see all of you in the next video. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.